get a public service announcement, man. Like, what?
It could not have been a worse Saturday for me. I had to bail on the studio crew because I was feeling like crap. Went home. Was like,
there are some that were saying that you bailed because you were watching Florida State, and it
was before. It was before the Florida State game had kicked off. It was early.
Somebody in that studio was like, "Oh, we've got Bud here, we've got BMAC here, and we've got
we got all the Florida State guys.
State's about to lose. Let's get them all.
See you later.
Let's get them all on. Get them all on set. Let's go."
It is. I mean, it's different, but it's not that different to think where you could go from beating Alabama in week 1 to losing 3 straight games. The Miami loss, I mean, coming into the season, you're like, you probably thought you would have lost to Miami. You would have taken a 1-possession loss all day long.
Sure.
But thank goodness they beat Alabama, because if they didn't, if they were sitting here with only, with 0 wins against Power 4 teams, it's probably a different conversation. There are a lot of articles that are being written. I'm sure Bud has seen them about, hey, the writing is on the wall. It does feel inexcusable. Like, it is unacceptable by Florida State standard. I don't know how the offense is actually delivered, I think, on exactly what you wanted to see. Gus Malzahn, with his style of quarterback, they've actually been playing really well. And going into the Pitt game, you would have said, man, we're down squirrel right, a starting tackle. Like, boy, I hope our offense can deliver. But if you put up 31 points on the board, you should be able to win. And I'd say the defense specifically has been the biggest surprise, biggest disappointment that we've seen out of Florida State. It's hard to explain. I will say, like, and I don't think it's time to fire anybody. The win total was 7.5 based on the roster that was out there. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how you stack up against Clemson, who's getting better. Let's see how you stack up against Florida. But my goodness, you have to win an ACC game before you even start talking about those. And unfortunately, if they lost on the road to Stanford, we might be doing an emergency podcast. I don't know where the money would come from, but it just might get so uncomfortable that it's just, I don't know what you would do.
I mean, his buyout's very line item as well. Like, you can just pay it out through 2031. I think the question there is, like, if you did do it, who's making the hire? Like, they may have a very Wisconsin type discussion in Tallahassee, where I don't know if the AD is going to get to make another hire there if that happened this year. It's probably more of a win, not if question, but like the win might be 26. We don't know.
Okay.
But I think they're very out on this experience. Like, you can't be just losing conference games like that.
Okay.
You're not in the Big Ten. Like, you're facing a lot of teams that don't have rev share money. You spend a whole lot on football. That's just not acceptable. I think it's over. Just questions when.
What's the was Florida State included on the list of jobs that you were asked to rank?
No.
How does that look?
Well, I mean, like you're going to get double-digit bonus money for sure this year in millions from the extra revenue coming off the ACC thing, which also makes it a lot easier to make a move here if you need to. Where's my list here? Shoot.
Listen, the money that we get from Pitt beating us on Big ESPN and the noon slate is going to pay Mike Norvell's buyout. What a world!
Yeah, if you're spending like 30 or 40% more on your roster, I think it's pretty reasonable to expect to beat those teams that you're outspending by that margin. If the Dodgers were constantly losing to the Rockies, you'd have some people fired. And FSU's not the Dodgers, but like relative to what they're spending against a lot of these teams that they play in the ACC, they are. So I don't think that's like crazy Florida State fan expecting to beat, bottom
Pitt.
2/3 ACC teams. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
At home.
But like Norvell has consistently had this team unprepared to play the non-name teams on their schedule. Like, they just screw around with these games.
Yeah, 1-10 in ACC play since the start of the season.
Yeah.
And last year does skew it, obviously.
It would not surprise me at all if they make the move this year, like at all. I'm not saying that will happen. Just like that would not be a surprise.
It'd be because that's another one.
You should have done it last year, but like, I mean, it's just such a weird sport right now. Like, you go 2-10, that's unacceptable.
Is Florida State a better job than Wisconsin?
Yes.
Oh, easily.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on. Don't be insulting, Chip.
Jesus, Chip was the one to ask that on this show.
Jeez.
That's something I would typically ask.
That's a Tom like generate discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I will say the 26 schedule is actually really difficult. So you may want Norvell to wear those losses in 26 and then start fresh.
Danny, Florida State or Iowa State?
Whereas Penn State has like a nice schedule in 26.
Stop it. Stop. Tom's just rubbing salt in the wound. I'm still sick, by the way. You're still making me feel worse.